Hey guys, welcome back. Recently I saw a video about this guy called Janster something. He's an Asian American guy. He's living currently in Ukraine, and he's dating like Ukrainian woman, and he's a traditional like kind of like typical passport bro kind of thing. Like found a woman in America, kind of like. Difficult and you know, people, women in Ukraine, more traditional, more feminine, fun. I don't know, more like give a hope, give some chance to Asian guys. So today I'm gonna talk about like, actually, I found that Eastern European women are kind of like the only women that are really giving a lot of chance to the Asian guys. So definitely definitely was the case when I first started out in my early 20s in London. When I went to a bar and approached Asian girls, they would flat out reject me or say I don't date Asian guys, or I go to white girls, English girls, or like other Americans. They're not interested. They're only like black guys or white guys. And pretty much the only people that were interested in me was Eastern European women. Why is that? I'm not sure. So I dated girls in this is in London. So I dated girls from Latvia, I think, and other Eastern European countries and Russia. So they were actually the only girls that giving giving Asian guys the hope, right? So why is that? And could it be communism? Maybe. There's a lot of communism similarities between these countries. Soviet Union was a communist regime. China was part of the communist regime. Vietnam was part of the communist regime. It could also be down to cultural similarities. Then they are like more, more about getting married when you're like early 20s, and Russia. I think girls get married looking for a husband at the age of 18. So yeah, like also like more traditional cultural values, such as you know. Woman stays home, cook. That's kind of like these values. China is similar in old days, I would say. Right, although right now there's a lot of independent mainland Chinese women, but I would say Confucianism have played a part of that. But where I'm coming from. That the similarities between family orientation between Eastern European and China specifically. So let me talk a little bit about my experience, and also I think talk a little about the pros and cons. Pros, obviously, you're very close. If you're based in London, Paris, Germany, Poland, Warsaw is like a 1.5 hour flight, so you could go for a weekend. Ryanair is very cheap. EasyJet is very cheap, so low cost airlines. I believe someone said you can get to Warsaw or Budapest like under 30 euros return, which is actually cheaper than a taxi to the airport. So, and also there's plenty of, there's a huge amount of Eastern Europeans in UK previously. Now with Brexit, there's a lot less, but there was like millions of Polish people, especially working in the construction industry previously. Loads of my Romanians, Bulgarians, and other types of other Eastern European countries in Western Europe, because it's very close. Previously it was still part of the EU, so they didn't have the visa. Wages in Western Europe are much higher than in Sofia, Bulgaria, or Romania. So proximity and the quantity is definitely a plus for if Asian guys, or not only Asian guys but like Indian guys, other races. Like if you want to date an Eastern European woman, that's definitely a plus. I remember the guy. There was a pickup artist or something, just dating coach, pickup art dating coach. His name was Richard Laruna or something. He married a Russian girl. You know, even he was basically a Chad. Very handsome guy, English guy, and he didn't like English woman. Like he was like he went on this show. I can't find the link on Good Morning Britain or something. He was saying, "Oh, Russian women are much better than English women," and the host, I believe that time was Piers Morgan. I can't find the video. Maybe I'll put the link down below. Said, why are you hating on English women? Like, and isn't your mother English? And he was like, yeah, but he said, yeah, Russian women, they're feminine. I think largely he's correct. I've been to Russia like 10, 15 years ago. That time was, now you can't go to Russia. Obviously, you rule that out. And probably you can't go to Ukraine. I don't know if you can, but actually, for people who based in Europe, it's very good for us because there's a lot of it's very close and very convenient, right? You can go spend a weekend in Krakow or Warsaw, if you want. And so also the other positive thing is cultural similarities. Against like I said, communism did play maybe a part of it. People, they're always looking for, I wouldn't say like, maybe let me put it bluntly, not everybody's looking for like, maybe not money, but like they're looking for a better life, most of them. So it's kind of a similar mindset to the Chinese mindset, like, Confucianism was similar, where, it's more about getting something, There are a lot of Eastern European women are very ambitious as well. You have to bear in mind that. Also, I would say the other pro is like if you go to some nightclubs in London, for example, previously, right now maybe not so many, but you will see like these Russian girls. They're dressed to the 9s and 10s. They're wearing heels. They're very, very. They're dressed in like sexy clothing. Like they know how to dress, right? And they are very. They know how to do makeup. They know how to dress. Like I don't know if you guys heard of this YouTuber Natalia or something. She's in Phuket. So she talks about Russian women are very good at dressing up very well, and they're dressed up very feminine as well, right? Because they have to. It's very high competition, right? Like I would say the average girl in Russia looks like a supermodel, or someone in America that's like everybody desires, beautiful. And part of it is Hollywood to kind of amplify that Slavic look, that and it's part of the movies, the modeling industry. They are skinny, they are tall, they are feminine, And I would say, I would mention probably the elephant in the room is probably like people think, oh, these chicks are just gold diggers, right? Gold diggers. That's the common criticism people in the West have of Russian women. The gold diggers, they're just looking for the next sugar daddy. I would say some of them do, especially if you go to some of the expensive nightclubs in London, Novikov, some of the places in Mayfair, they are really like looking for maybe not a sugar daddy, but just someone who's quite wealthy, and someone who's not only wealthy but like who's fun, entertainable. Yeah, so maybe that's where they get their reputation from, but I don't know. But Russian girls love these clubs, and that's where only the clubs they go. They don't really go to like those dive bars and stuff, like English girls would go, or like the European girls go. They only go to the most fancy ones. That's why they love Dubai, because Dubai is full of fancy places. Um, so yeah, gold diggers. I wouldn't think they are not really like gold diggers, but I think like if you actually go to Russia, if you go to Ukraine, like this person did, Janster or something, they're actually very. A lot of people are just really no average, normal people, no. They're just looking out for themselves. They're just like looking the best of for their family, themselves. They wanna be, because relatively, it's it. If you think about Ukraine, it's still a relatively poor country. You don't have the benefits, like you do in the West. So yeah, people, they do need to. If I'm in that environment, I would look out myself as well. So I wouldn't call that gold digging, but there's the usual thing like red pill community preachers like hypergamy. Some of that does exist.